one of the topics we're talking about, again, in our denomination, the PCA, is the role of the ruling elder, and just why elders are so important to the health of a church. It's often the pastors that really mess up denominations. What would you say to elders here? Why is their work so important? How can they be helpful to the church? How can they get more involved? Again, not specifically in our denomination, but just their own local churches. Why do we need lay elders?
Yeah, we were just talking about that over breakfast, and I was saying the greatest asset, I think, for a pastor and for a local church is faithful ruling elders that are serious about shepherding the flock and coming alongside pastors and doing that work and see that as their great calling in life. There is nothing that's more of a blessing. You know, they will often say with church planting, it's that pastor that shapes the church plant in that first year, obviously, but it's that first class of ruling elders that will shape that church for the next decade. And why? Because they will be there. They're the boots on the ground. They're in everybody's lives, and they don't go anywhere. Pastors come and go. You and I come and go. Ruling elders don't. And so faithful, good, godly ruling elders just help to keep a church on course, tied to the ground. I think that the thing that's really helpful is when ruling elders truly trust their pastor and they support him. They don't have, we were talking about this at breakfast, they don't have a gatekeeper's mentality where they feel like their job is just to check the pastor. That's their job, you know. But they labor alongside of him, they encourage him and support him, but they're willing to say the hard things and confront him. And so they don't worship him. They support him, but they don't worship him. That makes for just incredibly good ruling elders.
Yeah, thank you, ruling elders. We ruling elders. Work hard and don't be weird. That's the two basic things. When I think about what makes a good ruling elder, and I'm assuming you meet the qualifications of 1 Timothy 3, and you have the right theological knowledge and beliefs. I think of our best ruling elders, one, they work hard, so they read through the agenda before the meeting, they read through the minutes, they'll sign up to serve on a committee or a commission, they will step into a hard situation when called upon. So they're ready to get in and work hard. And I just say, don't be weird, because I think of some that want to work hard and they're awkward and they make situations more explosive instead of less. I want to send men into situations that wherever possible are going to diffuse situations, not ignite situations. So some of those EQ kinds of things that are harder to teach than BCO and Westminster doctrine, part of the way you do that is you set the expectation that to be an elder is first of all to be a shepherd. And Jason said that. In a lot of churches, to be an elder is first of all to be the governing board of the church. Yes, elders govern and rule. They're ruling elders. But if the elders are first of all those men who go to meetings and sit on committees, which was a little bit what it was like when I got to Christ Covenant, and lots of things were working well, but it was really committee driven. To be an elder was to serve on various committees, or if to be an elder is to be the pastor's boss. When you have that, you have certain type of men who want to do it. And I'm not saying they're bad, but once you establish, because how do you train people, Kevin, not to be relationally weird? But when you establish that to be an elder at this church, yes, you rule, yes, you do work with the senior pastor, but mainly you are in the lives of people to shepherd people and care for people. The sort of men that don't like any of that stuff will self-select out over time. Now, if you have to reinvent what your elders are, you've got to live with some people who are there who might not be elders today under the new way of doing things, and you make the best of it. But over time, you're getting the men who say, you know what I would love to do? I'd love to be in people's lives. I'd love to pray with people. I'd love to shepherd. Not heavy cultist shepherding, but I'd love to care for people. And that tends to attract the right sort of man to the right sort of role.
I can ask these guys questions all day. I love hearing them talk and discuss, but I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions.
I think this is more of a comment, but I would love your comments on it. I think one of the things that can be telling in a good way or a bad way is the calling of hospitality. You know, and I've seen elders where they've never invited anybody to their home, but they want to be in that ruling position. It really, the red flag to me was, you're not extending hospitality to anybody. That was what stood out to me in almost every one of those cases.
Right. Yeah, you can look already. Are the men already in people's lives? Are they drawn to people? Are they already engaged? The best elders are the people that say, well, that brother's already doing a whole lot of eldering work.